Facebook. Tell me exactly what
Oh,
your business does.
well, like I mentioned briefly, so I have a background in doing like major publicity for brands. When I had my family, I have two girls. I launched my own agency and I really started learning about digital marketing because I just knew that was where the industry was going. So, advertising, YouTube, SEO, like all of it. And so now I'm in a really unique position where I can combine like my two skill sets,
Yes.
um, and I'm able to, I just launched a group coaching program where now I'm taking other people through of like really saving them the 10 years of experience that I've had doing this to really get their message out in a, like to scale their impact in a way that they could reach so many more people than
Yeah.
they would be able to just on their own. Um, and it
That is
lights me up. And
wonderful.
it lights me up.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, you might have seen, um, I've been doing my own publicity. So I was on the news here locally. I'm doing an event here tonight where I'm speaking. So I'm now starting to get my message out on a bigger scale too, but
yes.
that's kind of where I am and what I do.
Yeah, because when you said that, the first thing that came to me was I have got to connect you with my authors. So I'm a book writing coach. I teach people to write books, and the problem is
Hmm.
always how do you get your message out? How do you connect? So
Hmm.
send me the information you have about your program.
Sure. Thank
I
you.
can share it with my community as well. But I really want us to see how we can work together in terms of the conference as well.
Sure. After we hung up, I was thinking too, I could probably put together some type of like publicity document of kind of like how to do it, like what to do locally, who to reach out to, how to
Yeah,
pitch people. Because
exactly.
that can be yeah, that can be really intimidating for people. But in local communities, it's actually quite easy to like get that type of exposure.
Yes.
You
I
just have
remember
to plan.
when I published my first book, I got on the Good Morning Show by just walking into the TV station one day.
Yeah,
Said to
exactly.
the receptionist, I need to be on TV. And she looked at me like I was crazy. And she said, why? I said, well, I've written this book and it's Mother's Day on Wednesday and I need to get some free publicity. And so she said, we don't do it that way. And I said, so how do you do it? She said,
Yeah.
research department and they have to invite you. And I said, well, can I speak to someone in your research department? I was
Yeah.
like a dog with a bone. I wasn't going to
Yeah.
leave until I got in,
Yeah.
right? And the man who saw me came down and we had a quick catch up. He invited me to his office. And then he looked at me and he said, did you just walk in off the street? I said, yes. And he looked on his desk. And that weekend, the main newspaper had done a full page write up in the author section about my book. And he said,
Amazing.
I pulled this out of the newspaper today. I was going to try and find you. I
Amazing.
got on the Good Morning Show. So people get scared, but it's
Yeah.
not that difficult, especially if you have a few steps to follow.
Yeah. Honestly,
I would really appreciate that.
it can be that easy. I mean, you don't have to walk in physically, but it can be as easy as just making a couple of phone calls with the right messaging and finding the right person to talk to.
Okay, awesome. So when
But
do you,
yeah, so I'd love to, like, I don't, if you said you have a group, I'm happy to do like a live presentation for your authors or something.
what
That
I
might,
actually want to
uh,
do is, are you free later today?
I'm speaking tonight at an event in about
Oh, it's
three
evening
hours.
there. It's morning here. I always
Yeah,
forget the time.
yeah.
What
um,
about tomorrow?
Yeah, I actually am working tomorrow, so that would be fine.
Okay, so let's schedule a time tomorrow and then we can do a 1 hour webinar and we record it. Then I can push it out.
Okay,
And then I will use the same webinar in my closed Facebook group for authors because I know I can get you a lot of clients there.
cool. Yeah,
People are really stuck.
I get a lot of questions about that actually. After you self-publish, how do you do a publicity campaign?
Yes.
One of my clients now, she just self-published a few months ago. Literally the first email we sent out after like laying the groundwork, she got on a podcast that only interviews New York Times bestsellers. within,
Oh
I
my
mean, and
God.
not like a oh cool you can be on. It was like a oh my gosh, when can you come on type of like response. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Okay, I have my next call right now. I think Cindy's already waiting.
sure.
Tomorrow at my 12 o'clock, so 20 minutes from now, would that work for you?
That would be my 3 p.m. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right, cool. And I will
Same
send
link.
a calendar invite.
Okay, great.
Thank you so much for jumping back on the call. I know you're getting ready to go to an event, and good luck with that.
Sure. No problem. I'll let you go.
Okay, thanks
Bye
so much.
guys. Thanks.
Bye. Hi, Cindy. Thanks for your patience.
Hi, no problem. Thank you.
How are
Nice
you?
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Yep, today was a bit of a challenging day in that when I started, my technology failed. I ended up
Right.
with 6 women at the same time, and she was one of them. So I didn't get a chance to quickly catch up with her. But thank you for coming on.
Yeah, no problem at all.
So, where are you calling from?
California,
California, which part?
in middle of nowhere.
Which is where?
Let me see, how familiar are you with California?
I've been there a couple of times.
I live in middle of the Mojave Desert in a small town. There's 24,000 people here, and we're literally 90 miles from any other city.
Oh,
So
wow.
basically, I'm in between Los Angeles, California, and Reno, Nevada. But
How
I'm in the middle of the desert.
interesting.
Yeah, that's why I'm always like, okay. People who live in California don't even know we exist.
I love it. Well, now we need to put you on the map.
But, well, there's a military base here that does R&D.
Okay.
So the military owns all the desert because they test bombs or stuff like that.
Oh, I see. How
I
interesting.
was raised in Los Angeles County, and I'd never heard of this place.
Until you
And
got there.
so I met my husband on the internet. We were one of the first internet couples in 1997.
Oh, wow.
Before internet dating was cool. And I kept asking him, where in the hell is Ridgecrest? And he's like explaining it to me, and because he's a military brat, so he came here as a kid, with his father. And
Oh, I love it.
so that's how I wound up here.
Okay, so we're going to do a 2-minute little video and then we can relax. And I want you to say your full name, where you are, how old you are, and then tell us your story.
What part of my story? What do you want to know?
What do you want to focus on? If you were speaking at the conference, what would you focus on?
Okay. I got it.
Okay, I'll start recording.